Hello and welcome to Tom Talk Shop. Today I'm going to go over my experience with using hold downs. This is not going to be an exhaustive video or anything on it, and we're going to have a brief little set of videos we shot of kind of the mechanics of how they actually work. So with that, let's get started. And if you enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to start at my workbench, and just the basic use of a hold down is to just, hold something to the bench so you can chop on it, work on it, plane it, whatever. These are 3/4 holes, and these hold downs, I'm going to check because otherwise I'll lie, are 5/8 in diameter. And that's about a golden ratio. You can buy these things in different ones, and you can convert that into metric. These were just made from cold rolled steel. Somebody bent them and then hot hammered a foot on them. You could probably make these too if you're handy with welding. And I will make another video how you can make these out of wood, though they don't last very long, I'll warn you. Now, my bench top is about 4 inches thick, and that has proven to be problematic with these. Because they don't grab really well. And when you see the video we made later in this video on how the mechanics work, it's on an 1.5 inch thick piece of lumber, they grab much better.
Here's a side view of the hold down being used in the saw bench, and this is just so that you can see when Tom hits it on the face of the hold down, it creases that angle, and so it really holds it against the hole.
But once the dog hole gets walled out a little bit, and then of course angle. So it's pretty much, you drop it in, and when I first got them I thought just hit them hard and they'll set. That's probably not the best way. You want to hit it along the face of the dog and just give it a couple, check it, nope, not sitting, a couple more, there we go, I got a good bite, and it'll hold it. Now, don't expect them to be like vice tight. They hold pretty good, but they're not as, you can still get it loose, and if you wiggle it around, once that starts to wiggle, it will come out. You can also put double hold downs if you're chopping or doing things, particularly if you're wanting to work this way on them, like with the router plane. Then you can just, and that right there is a good example of why these thicker benches, that hole hasn't been used that much, and so it's just not grabbing that great. Now it's holding pretty good. And you can hold it from 2. My experience is 2 is about the magic number. You don't need more than that, and 1 just isn't enough. To release it, you just give it a little light tap on the back, or if you feel manly, you can hit it like that. I don't recommend doing that. And then now we'll move to the front of the bench. How I frequently use these, get a longer piece of wood here, is I will put, slow down for the camera here, I'll put a piece of wood in my vise for planing, and oh, that's good. Now I will put a piece of wood in there, and I will put a peg underneath it to keep it from slipping down, which is not going to work here. So that means it's time for a hold down. So what I do then is I put a hold down there, and it works pretty well, and give it a couple of taps, and that'll keep it from slipping while you're edging or planing the edge off. Plus it keeps the stray end from flapping around. Now I'll show one more thing that I kind of forgot to mention, and we'll take a picture of that and just post it. If you want to keep from scarring your wood, just keep your little thin scraps like that. Put them in there. You're going to have to hold it, and then lightly give it a tap, and you can see like that scrap there is starting to fail, but it's saving the whole face of your work. Okay, and I'm going to close this little video out with one more little suggestion I have. These things worked really great when I first got them until you started wearing the paint off and they got slick, and then they wouldn't bite very well, even in the thinner benches. So what I did is I took a really coarse file and I rasped the back of it, and this one about needs it again. And then I took I think it was just ball peen hammer, and I just peened up and down the back side of it where it's, got to abrade it. And you could do the front base right here, wherever your bench is, kind of the range where your bench should probably grab it. And the rougher it is, the better it's going to bind. The other stupid little thing I noted was the last time I flattened and refinished my bench, I made the mistake of waxing it, and it took about 2 weeks before these things would really bind again. So probably if you're going to use hold downs and have holes, don't get wax anywhere near them. If you enjoy this content, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.